Doubt. Out. Can I? Will I? Yes, I will. Woohoo! Ha. I'm here every day at Rowie McEvoy. Be healthy, fit and strong for the rest of your life and inspire other people to be healthy, fit and strong. Have a career or business that you love. Be financially free and have great people in your life, great relationships. So how do you do all of those? And I think it's easy, or if not easy, very simple. So how do I get fit and strong, get puffed to get fit, overload your muscles and bones to get strong? Very simple. If you've got a healthy, fit, strong brain, you'll have a healthy, fit, strong body. If you've got a healthy, fit, strong body and brain, you'll make better decisions, which means you'll choose a better career path, you'll choose a better business, you'll do what you're passionate about because you know that you can, because you've got great self-esteem and great self-confidence and a brain that works effectively. Of course, if you have a successful career or business, you'll be financially free or secure or wealthy, whatever choice you make. You'll be able to have as much money in your life as you want because your business or career will be successful. And of course, if you've got a healthy brain, you'll make better decisions about the people that you bring into your inner circle. So you'll have much better relationships. And because you've got great self-esteem, you'll have a great relationship with yourself. Obviously, that's the definition of self-esteem. So can you have a career or business that you love? And if the answer is yes, because of course it is, and millions of people do, how do you do it? And of course, there's a simple system for that, which is number one, do what you're the most passionate about. And everybody that's ever been successful at anything will tell you they are successful because they're doing what they love. Number two, keep getting better at it, better and better and better. Keep training, educating and learning so that you're constantly improving what you do, what you're passionate about. And you don't do it because you have to, you do it because you want to. And then, of course, add massive value to people's lives, and that's where the financial security comes. So whether you are a sports person, a doctor, a lawyer, a builder, a landscape gardener, doesn't matter. If you're doing it because you love it and you keep getting better at it and what you do adds massive value to people's lives, you will have a successful career or business. But a lot of people doubt that. So how do you kick out doubt, which is what I'm outside doing today? I love kicking the bag, love punching the bag because I'm kicking any form of doubt out of my headspace. Can I be healthy, fit and strong for the rest of my life? And I'm living proof of that because I'm an old lady and I am. But the only way I can do that is if I keep kicking and punching and running and lifting heavy things. So how do I know that you can have a career or business that you love? And for me, it's a very simple process. Again, what are you the most passionate about? Do you want to get better at it? And of course you will if you're doing what you're passionate about. And if your product or service adds value to people's lives, you will be financially free. I keep saying that because that's just such a simple process. So any career or business that you want to get involved in, whether it's a church, a charity, a multinational billion-dollar company, whether you want to be a sports person, a dancer, an artist, or a doctor, you have to make sales. And that's a very straight down the line statement that everybody needs to take on board. Is it possible that whether you're selling yourself to a date or you're selling the opportunity for somebody to invest in your company or you're selling, please put money into this charity because we help people, all of that is about sales. So if I'm healthy, fit and strong and I've got great posture, I've got great hair, skin, teeth, nails, and I look good and I feel good about myself, is it possible that I will be more likely to go and chase my dream? And if I want to chase my dream and I have to do sales and we all have to do it, is it possible we'll be really good at it? And again, the answer is usually no, Rowie, because I hate sales. Now, there's one question that's really important. If you keep saying that you hate something or you don't like it or you're not very good at it, is it possible that that will be true? You can't be good at something that you tell yourself that you're bad at or that you hate. It just doesn't work with your brain. But what if you change your headspace from I don't want to make sales to if I can pass my passion on for my product or service, if I can pass that on to other people, they will then want to buy it or be involved in it or invest in it. And then I will have communicated effectively. So then people will want my product or service. Pretty simple process. Now, the answer for me for financial security, financial freedom, not having to rely on the government for any form of financial support, not having to rely on your family, always being able to support yourself is something that I learned as a very young girl, which is if I can sell, if I can pass my passion on, then I'll always have job security, I'll always have the ability to make money, and I'll be able to work anywhere in the world because, again, every company, every charity, every church, every business needs to make sales. So even if you want to be a sports person, The sports people that earn the most money are the ones who sell the most tickets to the game, the ones who sell the most merchandise. They know how to project their passion out to the general public. The general public wants to be involved with them. So then, of course, they make more sales, they make more money. So we have to learn how to sell. But the beautiful thing about selling, it's got nothing to do with telling people to buy or handling objections or having a sales system. The only system is this. Find out what the person wants. What is their challenge? What is their problem? What do they need fixed or sorted? What's going to make their life better? Find that out and then give it to them. And if you can't do it for them, find somebody who can, which means you might not do business with them this time, but they will now have a great relationship with you, so they will then refer people to you because you didn't try and sell them something they didn't want. You helped them get what they wanted, which means they now want to do business with you in the future. So long-term business or business success, of course, is not about making the sale today. It's about finding out what the person wants, being able to give it to them, and if you can't give it to them, find somebody who can. Now, the only way to do that, and this is where it seems that most salespeople screw up royally, and we've all been in that situation where somebody has tried to pressure sell us into something. Ultimately, it's got nothing to do with your product or service. If you're selling, you want the person to buy it, not you have to sell it. They have to want to buy it. They have to want to be involved with you. And the only way to make that happen is to find out what the person wants. And do we get that by telling, or do we get that by asking? So when I first learnt this, and I was only very young, and I knew that I had to make a health club successful. And I'll go to the end of the story first. I knew that I needed to get people into my classes at a health club. I knew that I needed to sell memberships at the health club because I was the manager of the club. I knew that if I wanted to grow my career, I needed to create financial security for myself and for the businesses that I was involved in. And I ended up on the Young Rich list in Australia for one of the richest people in Australia under the age of 40. So that's how that process started. I started out with the passion to be a fitness instructor, to teach group exercise. How do you go from I want to teach people how to exercise and to jump around a room to music to becoming a multimillionaire? And it's a very simple process. You've just got to pass your passion on. So when I learned that it wasn't about selling memberships, it wasn't about selling people into my class, it wasn't about selling even myself, it was about finding out what the other person wanted and being able to give it to them. So very easy for me as an exercise professional, very easy as a health club manager, very easy being involved in the exercise and fitness profession because the product is so good. The benefits of, or the outcome, the results of being healthy, fit and strong is such a big, long list that if you learn how to pass that list on to people who are unhealthy, unfit, weak, have poor self-esteem, have a slow metabolism, they feel like they're overweight, they don't like the way they look in the mirror. If you've got somebody who comes to you with any or all of those challenges and you provide them with a solution, which being fit and strong will provide, then of course you're going to have a successful business. I just had to learn how to do that. And it's a very, very simple process. And this is why I know that everybody, and it's not just about being an exercise professional. If you want to be successful in a law office, if you want to be successful in a medical practice, if you want to be a successful engineer, if you want to be successful on a date, if you want to be successful selling charity door to door, you have to be able to ask questions and you have to be able to put a very simple process into place. And I'll use charity as an example because a lot of people share with me, oh, what a tough thing to do. Every time I go to the supermarket or the shopping centre, there's somebody trying to sell me something about charity. So the people that do that, it's a tough job. But ultimately, if you're a really nice human being, you want to give to other people. So somebody's got to ask you the right questions and find the right charity for you to invest in. Now, the one that they're asking you to invest in might not be your charity. But if you're a gorgeous person who wants to give, that headspace will now be, well, how can I give? So if you're out selling charity, and it's one of the hardest things to do, the person that you're inspiring to be involved in your charity, they might not be involved in yours today, but they might get involved in somebody else's. So whatever you're doing is still beautiful. And I'm sharing that with you because this is the only way this works. The only way that your business will be successful, the only way that you can passionately pass your passion on, sales, is to make sure that you find out what the person wants, so you ask the right questions. You give them the answer, the result, the outcome, solve their challenge, solve their problem, and if you can't, you get somebody else to do it. That's how simple that process is. So the questions, of course, what do you really want? Why do you want that? The why is really important, because I don't do anything for the what. What do I want? Well, this is what I want, but ultimately I'm only going to do it if I find out why I want to do it. Where do I want to do it? When do I want to do it? How will I feel emotionally if I do it? How will I feel emotionally if I don't do it? If I really want it and I don't do it, how will that make me feel? Am I on track or off track to doing it? Because obviously somebody that's on track is far more motivated than somebody that isn't. So it's a different set of questions after that. And then here's a really beautiful question. If you are your own high performance eating and exercise coach, financial planner, relationship coach, career path advisor, what advice would you give yourself? And this is such a beautiful question, because you're asking the person to tell themselves what they want and how they would do it. And then the last question is, what do you want me to do? If you want this to happen at this day, this date, this time, and you're going to feel this way if you do, and you're going to feel this way if you don't, which will be awful, what do you want me to do to help you? Now, I'll just wrap that up really quickly, because it's such a beautiful set of questions. What do you want? Why do you want it? Where do you want it? When do you want it? How will you feel if you get it? How will you feel if you don't? Are you on track or off track to doing what you want to do? If you were your own high performance coach for this area, what advice would you give yourself? And then what do you want me to do? When I learned how to do that and understood how powerful that series of questions are, I became a very successful personal results coach. I became a very successful group exercise instructor. I became a very successful health club manager. And when I say successful, I'm talking about now financial success, because remember, the end of the story is I ended up on the Young Rich list in Australia, one of the richest people in Australia under the age of 40. Not because I was good at sales, but because I was good at passing on my passion and asking the right questions to help people achieve their goal or get the result that they wanted, so that they could live their life as a passionate, happy person. So I'm making it sound really simple for a reason, because it is. And that series of questions applies to whether you're selling televisions or cars or houses or financial plans or legal advice or medical advice. You need to ask those questions so that you know exactly what the person wants, because otherwise you might try and give them something that they don't want. That would be a waste of time. So if you want financial security, if you want career security, if you want job security, if you want your business to be successful, you have to learn how to make sales. And sales is simply asking the right questions, finding out what the person wants, giving it to them, or finding somebody who can. And you will have a very successful short-term and very successful long-term business. And I'm a living, breathing example of that, because one of the really interesting questions asked of me, and I got a fair bit of press, of course, when I was on the Young Rich list, because I'm a woman with blonde hair and an exercise professional. The question was asked, how on earth did you get onto the Young Rich list? And the answer was very, very simple. Because I do what I love. I'm absolutely passionate about what I do. I want to keep getting better at it. I want to keep learning, training and educating. And of course, if I'm really good at what I do and I can help people to be healthy, to be fit, to be strong, to avoid disease, to have great self-esteem, to have great hair, skin and nails, to have a fast metabolism, to have a body and brain that works effectively, because that's what I do, then of course I'm adding massive value to people's lives. So if you too want to add massive value to people's lives in a career or business that you love, can you do it? Of course. So is it time to kick doubt out? Super duper doo, how are you? Kicking doubt out, Basil. What do you reckon? Woohoo!